Hello, I'm Corporal Forrest Devine of the U.S. Marines from Laurel, Delaware. Here at WBOC's Historic Studio D, you're watching Delmarva Life.
So nice to have Corporal Forrest Devine in the studio with us today.
Yeah.
Well, hunting season is in full swing here on Delmarva, and you may have a freezer packed with fresh venison meat. Not yet, but soon.
But who better to bring in to give us an idea for that venison than WBOC's own Captain Willie Dykes from Outdoors Delmarva. Glad you're here, Captain.
Thank you, Jimmy. Glad to be here.
What are we making today?
What are we doing?
Well, you know, we usually have,
You thought venison and you got all excited, didn't
yes, we usually have quite a lot of venison around the house, so I've started Googling up recipes, and first I just tried to find out what goes well with venison, and about 100 times cherries came up. You know, apples goes with pork and beef and potatoes, and it turns out cherries complement the flavor of venison pretty well. So.
So what are the ingredients for what we're making today?
Okay.
Which, by the way, is called what? Pan-seared?
Pan-seared venison with cherry sauce.
Okay. All right. So what are we going to put in it?
Okay. We have some small venison steaks, and we want to use small steaks for this because they cook quickly in the pan. If you have the big old honkers, you want to cook them on the grill.
Right.
And we have olive oil, of course, to use for all our shortening needs. And then the sauce is pretty simple. Most of the things you'll have around the house, except maybe the fresh rosemary. Have some fresh rosemary. This recipe called for shallots. And believe it or not, all the stores in Stockton were out of shallots.
Oh, all those stores in Stockton.
But you managed to substitute with?
Scallions will do just that's something that has a full flavor without being really hot.
Okay.
And then cherries. Now there are a lot of different types of cherry materials around. I found some actual dried tart cherries. That's the best.
Okay.
They need to be tart, but if you can't find the actual dried cherries, cherry preserves will work just as well. Now I have both, so I'm going to use both. But if you use the preserves and it seems a little sweet, you can put like a half teaspoon of balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
Makes it, gives it that little tart taste.
All right, let's get started.
And
I want to cook something. Come on.
some pomegranate juice.
Okay.
Good to go. All right.
Don't ask me why the pomegranate juice, but it just has
I
to
took
be
that off
that
there because it
way.
was getting a little hot. So
Yes.
where do I start?
It needs to be good and hot.
Okay.
And the way that you tell it's hot, if you're in the deer camp, you spit in it and it'll spit back when
We're
it's
not
hot.
in the deer camp.
We're not in the deer
Don't do that
in
at
the
home.
studio.
People will be sending out for Chinese.
Yeah, that's it.
So, okay. Need to, great. Dredge these steaks real quickly in olive oil and just coat them with, or dust them with some salt and pepper.
Okay.
Jimmy, if you'll go ahead and give me about a quarter cup of that, the ends of those scallions.
Shallot scallions here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So just
Yeah, you can just do them real quickly and then lay them on the plate and then
on this plate.
do them all at one time. Yeah.
You got some rosemary over here for me too. What do you want me to do with that?
Okay, the rosemary, just chop it into like 1/4-inch lengths, and I need about a scant half teaspoon.
Which, bless your heart, you set out for me because you knew I couldn't tell that. See,
That's about that.
Now this
Yeah,
takes
you can do them all at once.
If you hand me the salt there.
This out of the
Just
way.
a dust.
We got some smoke coming. Does that mean it's hot?
That means it's just getting just right here.
It's getting just right. Okay.
We didn't spit in it, did we?
That'll do just right.
All right. So we put them in the pan.
Now put them in the pan, and it goes pretty quickly. These things should cook just a couple minutes per side. That's a good part of this, having the smaller steaks.
How are you liking Outdoors Delmarva, Captain?
It's awful work.
He says with tongue firmly planted in cheek.
They forced me to go deer hunting. They forced me to go goose hunting. And
Yeah.
the bozos that I have to hang around with.
They just have no mercy on you, do they?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got the shallots, I've got the rosemary.
Okay. Measure me out, if you would. Your fingers are going to.
That's okay.
The olive oil is.
I'm good.
Something. Okay, I need a 1/3 cup of pomegranate juice.
Okay.
See, Cap, most of our guests learn real quick. When you bring something in here, you better pre-measure it if you want me to pour it, because I'll empty the bottle.
All right, there you
I'll
go.
put all of it in.
There we go. Okay, just set it down right there. I'll be ready for it in just a second. So these things.
Captain told me earlier to take these cherries and halve them and then quarter them so that
That is cooking up fast.
Those are looking good.
Get that out.
Do not overcook the venison.
No.
It has a fairly delicate flavor, so there's no need to really cook it through.
Is there a problem with it being gamey?
Well, it depends on the animal. You know, it's like if you killed a 20-year-old boar hog, you know.
Right. He's going to be a little gamey.
The pork chops would be a little gamey.
A little gamey there.
But,
Okay.
So that's why we have, you know, instead of salt, we have some like this Montreal steak seasoning that has some garlic and some paprika and some other things in it. You can use that on the steaks if they are a little gamey,
Yeah.
if they have a little more game
I haven't
taste.
even cooked
Okay.
this yet. My
Okay,
mouth's
these
watering.
things are getting the beat. Jimmy, are you ready with the
I'm ready.
asparagus?
Tell me what you need.
Okay. I think these things are about ready to go.
They look like they're ready to go.
They
Yeah.
are. Yeah, they're good.
Okay.
One quick one to. Okay, now, I need a plate.
We got a plate. You go ahead.
messed up my
What
plate.
you're doing? I'll grab your plate. There you go.
There we go. Put these on. Okay, are we ready
Smell
with?
good, as always.
Are we ready with the shallots?
Are we ready, Jimmy, with the
Shallots
shallots?
are right here. Shallots are good to go.
Shallots. Okay, I'm gonna put them in there. Maybe just a touch more olive oil.
Olive oil. I got it out of the way. Shouldn't have got it out of the way. There we go.
The olive oil should be
Always
Always
handy.
every
There we go.
going to the game. Now,
I learned my lesson.
get them just barely sauteed, just so they're a little opaque and so they start to smell a little softer.
If we invent smell-o-vision here, Cap, we're going to make a lot of money.
Okay. And now, this is the part I like so much. I've seen it so many times.
By the way, if you would like to have this recipe, all you need to do is send a self-addressed stamped envelope to 1729 North Salisbury Boulevard, Salisbury, Maryland 21801. Make sure you let us know you want the venison with cherry sauce.
All right, so Cap, you put in the pomegranate?
So deglaze the pan with the pomegranate juice, and then add the cherries and
the
The
shallots.
rosemary.
the rosemary. And just let it reduce down a little bit.
Okay.
Now, I use my serving plate
Need another
for
plate?
something else. So just,
Another plate,
We have a
Jimmy.
quick-
I'm your plate man today.
we're going to let this. Another thing we need to do, if we have 90 seconds, could you tear one of those packets at the top and put it in the microwave for 90 seconds?
In the microwave for 90 seconds.
We're going to cook this complete meal here
Really?
in a 5-minute segment.
We probably should have gotten somebody who knew how to cook with the microwave.
All right, well, I tell you what, our 5 minutes is gone. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish this up, and when we come back, we're going to give it a taste, because I definitely
I'm getting hungry over here.
want to get a taste of this. So you guys keep cooking, and I'll say still ahead on Delmarva Life. It's time for a well-known event here on Delmarva, Pumpkin Chunkin'. Brian Spiros is in Bridgeville this afternoon with a preview. Brian, some changes this year to the schedule.
Well, Lisa, because of the storm earlier in the week, the schedule has been changed up here just a bit, but nevertheless, pumpkins will still be thrown into the sky. We'll tell you all the details when we come back, but first, here's another handy how-to tip from Rachel Ray.
You know, I am not much of a baker, but I am trying to improve, and I'm trying to push myself to bake at least once a month. So this is a fantastic double-duty tip for bread. You don't have to bake the bread, but next time you bake a cake and you're in a hurry to frost it, everybody wants a slice, put a slice of bread on top of the freshly baked cake and it'll cool much quicker. Plus, you can take the then staled bread and you can use it for croutons or breadcrumbs. Perfect.